Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Grenada, Caracou, PT, Martini. Good morning, wherever you are. It is it is Carnival Monday. It is an ordinary Monday here in the Isle of Spice, Monday, August 10th, 2020. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I know some people had a better weekend than the rest of us, but nevertheless, we are pleased and happy and grateful to be in the land of the living. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Whichever part of the state you are, if you have the 473 blood in your veins and you're overseas, I know you're grieving a little bit, but don't worry, you soon return home, soon time. Good morning to the folks joining us on the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, those of you watching on GBN TV channels 7, 11 and 20, and of course the folks always listening to Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. It is the second Monday in August. Some of us are not used to being at work or at home or about to go to work this time of the year, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We're not in ordinary times. We're not in normal times. Adjustments have to be made. Some of us grieving. The tabanka ripe, but don't worry. 2021, we'll be back in full force. You'll go see vibes in 2021. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are this morning, whether you're far north, far south, a little bit to the east, a little bit to the south, west of Grenada, whichever part of the region you are. Good morning to you. And those of you joining us internationally this morning, hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. All right, let's see. It's time for this morning's word of the day. This morning's word of the day is vivacious. Vivacious, V-I-V-A-C-I-O-U-S, vivacious. It's an adjective which means lively in temper, conduct, or spirit. Fitting this morning, vivacious. It's no surprise that the word means full of life, since it can be traced back to the Latin verb which means to live. The word was created around the mid-17th century using a word which means long-lived, vigorous, or high-spirited. Other descendants of the Latin word in English include survive, revive, and victual, all of which come to life during the 15th century. Word of the day this morning, vivacious, V-I-V-A-C-I-O-U-S, an adjective which means lively in temper, conduct, or spirit. An example of the use of the word: the host was a vivacious woman with a knack for making people feel comfortable. Hey, I find that sentence is about me. The host was a vivacious woman with a knack for making people feel comfortable. Hey, are they fine? All right, let's do this. Another example of the use of the word: the story of two young girls and the wood spirits they befriend is vivacious and warm-hearted. Word of the day this morning, vivacious, V-I-V-A-C-I-O-U-S, an adjective which means lively in temper, conduct, or spirit. And this morning's thought of the day: do more of what makes you happy. Do more of what makes you happy. I ain't even explaining it, but I'll repeat it. Do more of what makes you happy. Let's see what is celebrated today. Today it is a lazy day. Lazy day gives us permission to relax and kick back. So we're going to be a bit lazy here. So lazy day. So there's a day for being lazy. All right, I find that every day, but okay. And today it is also Spoil Your Dog Day. It may be a sickness, but we're stupid in love with our dogs. Spoil Your Dog Day on August 10th encourages us to buy that indestructible toy that we've been swearing up and down we would never buy. Granted, dogs can be a little needy, but during times when it seems nobody loves us, they always do. So those of you who are dog owners, spoil your pets today. Spoil your loved ones. Sometimes we call them our children, our kids. Spoil them today. Yes? All right. Let's see what is taking place. This week, actually, we are expecting some rainy weather. A tropical wave is making its way west and is expected to continue to affect Grenada and parts of the Southern Caribbean this week. According to the forecast that I've seen over the weekend, we're expecting rain from tomorrow, God willing, until weekend. It's going to be a wet week, so please take note. Those of you who live in flood-prone areas, those of you with the leaky roofs that you haven't fixed yet, now's the time to do so because this week is going to be wet. All right, now it's time to speak to my people. Over the weekend, yeah, to me. Over the weekend, over the weekend, last 2 days, there has been lots of carnival-like activities taking place island-wide. Not in one place or two, but island-wide. And it is cause for concern because we are blatantly breaking the law. And to be honest, when it started, I was like, yes, you can't hold back the jab. But then the day progressed yesterday, and I saw the amount of jab on the road, including the children, I started to get nervous. We need to be a little bit more responsible. As we've been saying for weeks, missing one carnival ain't gonna kill us. What would kill us is COVID-19. Last week, the PRO in the Ministry of Health announced that one gentleman that was supposed to be in quarantine ran away, for lack of a better word. Not ran away, he ran away. Yes, he has been recaptured and was in police custody as of Friday. However, he and who else? One of the things that they noted as well was that he was untruthful in filling out his immigration form. He said he came from Barbados when in fact he came from the UK. Again, he and who else? We don't know who we're mingling with. We don't know who we jabbing with. We don't know who we putting on the old oil with. We do not know. I understand we like the jab. Now is the time for the jab, but we overdoing it. And it is a cause for concern. Today or tomorrow, another case surfaces. I won't be surprised. And I hope that it's not innocent people being afflicted by the virus if in the event that it rises again. I hope is one all. See them people over there, sir? In the fact, I hope is one all. And I say this with no apology because sometimes we ridiculous. I mean, I know I make my little mouth here sometimes, but it's uncalled for. Today is supposed to be a normal working day, but I have a feeling it might have one or two that might say, boss, I ain't well. Or just don't show up. Or the unemployed out in full force. We need to do better than that. Get it together. I'm missing Juve in 2020. I again repeated Tabanka right. But in 2021, God spare life and COVID-19 gone about his or her business. I'll be making up for lost times. The rest of us could do that too. We does ridiculous sometimes, we does overdo it sometimes, and I implore you, if you again are breaking the law, I was about to say do it safely, but we are already going astray with breaking the law. Just please, Lord, I don't even know what to tell all. Just be cautious, be careful. If you have family members who have been reveling yesterday, stay far. Some of you know who your relatives are that has been in Juve. Stay far, because they might be the one fetting, no symptoms. You might be the one that have the symptoms and end up in ICU. Stay far. Let's protect each other. I think it may be a little too late for some of them, not even us, some of them, because my people was good yesterday. My family members were good yesterday. Just please be careful today. Let's hope there really is no COVID in the mass. All right, I done rant. It was on my mind. I had to get it off my chest. Let's go. It's time for the morning edition of news on radio. And those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of Week in Review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Classic Hot GBN. We'll be right back.
The Royal Grenada Police Force is warning Grenadians engaging in festivities contrary to COVID-19 regulations that they may be forced to strengthen restrictions if people continue to disobey the rules. Rina Pear has this story.
Head of the Royal Grenada Police Force Community Relations Department, Superintendent Vanny Cohen, says while he understands that Grenadians will miss their carnival activities this year, he is calling on members of the public to cease from large carnival activities like those which occurred on the Emancipation weekend. Video posted on social media sites such as Facebook showed scores of Grenadians creating their own juve in various parts of the island. Cohen says that these activities are in clear violation of several COVID-19 protocols.
We do ask our people to abide by the and the regulation and ensure that they stay away from those violations, forcing us to enforce the law more stringently than we would want to. But if we have to, we will. We have been dialoguing and we have been showing forbearance, but it needs to be for us to upgrade, enforce what we do in the most stringent way. We're prepared to do that.
Superintendent Cohen says he will relate more information to GBN on any arrest that was made by members of the RGPF on the weekend. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
The Royal Grenada Police Force issued a statement on Tuesday reminding Grenadians that all festivities, specifically the playing of Jab Jab, are prohibited at this time. This was not well received by the public. One well-known man who portrays the art form is appealing to Grenadians to comply. The release issued by the Royal Grenada Police Force appealed to the general public to cooperate with the police and refrain from playing Jab Jab and engaging in carnival-like activities, all of which are illegal at this time. This was not understood by some who believe the RGPF's rule against playing Jab Jab, a cultural art form indigenous to Grenada, was only due to the COVID-19 Act, and given that Grenada is COVID-free, they should be allowed to play mass. Moses J. Marast, or Moses the Jab, a well-known Jab Jab player, in an exclusive interview with GBN, explained how going against the police orders and especially playing Jab Jab next Monday and Tuesday can end unfavorably for all parties involved, as it is now considered illegal activity.
I feel as though there's a very rebellious atmosphere in Grenada at the moment due to the fact that we've just endured and come over the COVID-19 lockdown for 3 months. So the word on the street and the ground is that people do not care what the commissioner or the prime minister is saying at the moment, which is wrong. Right? There's rules and there's regulations. Obviously, through the COVID situation, we have to think about our families. We have to think about health and safety and the people first.
Maras told GBN, although Jab Jab is much bigger than Carnival to him, he has been advocating for revelers to refrain from illegally portraying the mass.
I am appealing to all the Jab Jab who are at home, whether you're listening via the radio or you're watching via television. The rules are stipulated by the government and the Commissioner of Police that Monday and Tuesday are not, I repeat, are not holidays. And those days are for us to work and make money, to put money in our pockets and better our standard of living. Listen, let us relax this year 2020. The whole world has been shocked by this pandemic. It has affected everybody financially, people's traveling and everything. Let us just rest, recoup, regenerate and plan for 2021.
Jab Jab has been linked closely with Emancipation Day as it is seen as a mimicking of the oppressors during the time of slavery. Meanwhile, private sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, in Parliament sitting, said he understood the misinterpretation by Grenadians who were outraged over the prohibition from playing mass. As he says, mixed messages have been sent from different platforms.
And I also believe, Mr. President, that when we're talking about introduction of Carnival, as we did on Friday when we did the bill, how could we send mixed messages? There is an event I'm told to be happening in the stadium where some people is going to come in and have a kind of soca show. What is that? If we're canceling Carnival, we have to cancel it in totality. Why are we sending mixed messages and giving permission to have these shows and have people come in our environment? And we really believe that we're going to be able to control social distancing when we start to drink and enjoy ourselves and have fun. I have no problem with people having fun and going out and exercising themselves and getting. I have no issues with that. But in a carnival atmosphere and environment, we do not follow the rules.
Senator Dially's statement came as information was circulated on social media of an attendance of 500 rumored to be allowed to what was advertised as a virtual event scheduled for last Friday, which would have been Fantastic Friday at the National Stadium. The Youth, Sports and Culture Minister, Senator Nolan Cox, dispelled the rumors.
The event that in question that Senator Dially spoke about persons going to the stadium, that is incorrect. It's a virtual event that affords our local artists an opportunity, as with other aspects of our culture which have been displayed virtually, as we have seen with the Emancipation, as we have seen with Spice Island Day in Canada, and various other aspects. We believe that there is some avenue for that to take place, and that is being done virtually.
Meanwhile, one home located in the area of the land slippage in Molyneux is no more. All that's left is the rubbles visible at the bottom of where the house once stood. Chrislina John has details in this report.
It's a total natural demolition of a home in an area that remains under study. This area of Molyneux has come under the spotlight since late 2019 when the land began shifting. A portion of the roadway has deteriorated significantly with the passage of time. Homes and businesses in the area are threatened, forcing some to relocate to other areas from fear of losing their property and possibly their lives. Martin Oswald Nicholas, owner and operator of Charlie's Bar, was one such businessman most affected. Sadly today, his home and business is no more. One resident speaking off camera says a loud crashing sound around 2 a.m. Friday woke him up. It was only a matter of time, he says, before the inevitable occurred. GBN visited the scene Tuesday to see what was once the home of Mr. Nicholas is now rubbles. Other homes remain threatened. Back in March, the Minister for Works, Gregory Bowen, said they are at the tendering stage of the planned project. However, the geotechnical studies have not yet commenced. He says if they decide to put the road back in the same location, it will take years. However, this would depend on the results of the geotechnical studies. It was recognized during a recent visit to the area that other residents may soon be served letters to relocate as the area continue on its destructive path of slippage. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin has responded to Senator Winston Garwe's call in the upper house on Wednesday, asking the lawyer to let him breathe. Garwe became emotional, outlining his accomplishments that led to him being awarded a doctorate, as he pleaded with Edwin to release him. Rena Perez more in this report.
Please, Mr. Edwin, allow me to breathe. My 77-year-old mother, who is suffering or recovering from a stroke, she too wants to breathe. My wife of 21 years and my 2 teenage children, they too want to breathe. Release your foot from my neck, sir. It's one thing to oppose a government when it maliciously attack the credibility of others. It's painful. For all my life, I try to help and help people, but this one is painful. Please, allow me to breathe.
That was Minister of State with responsibility for disaster management and information, Winston Garwe, in the upper house on Wednesday. The government senator defended his degree against attorney at law, Jerry Edwin, who recently questioned the credibility of his doctorate.
Every school child knows Senator Garwe is not oppressed by anyone, least of all yours truly. I was simply pointing out that the senator holds a fake degree. his doctorate is fake.
In response, Jerry Edwin stated that he is disappointed to see that the senator used his time in the Senate to air his grievances rather than to play his role in seeking the interest of Grenadians.
But I think he's a good man. He's done enough for basketball. He's done a lot, as he say, for Vacation Bible School. Maybe that's where he should be, because he's outstanding in that realm. But clearly, I think he has brought himself down a notch by using the important debate in the Senate to discuss his personal grievance over my description of his non-academic credentials.
Edwin says if the senator has any issue, he should take it to the proper channel and maintains that what he said is the simple truth.
And so if he feels aggrieved, please take it to judicial intervention. Let the courts intervene if I am wrong. No, Senator, you cannot breathe while holding a fake doctorate.
Garraway is the recipient of an honorary doctorate degree from the United Graduates College and Seminary International, an institution based in the United States. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says government will not take legal action against some businesses found in questionable practices to benefit from the stimulus package. But trade union representative in the Senate, Andrew Lewis, wants fair penalty for those who tried to cheat the system. Cherry Blackman-Stephen tells us more.
Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Keith Mitchell, said there is no need to take legal action against anyone for irregularities discovered in government stimulus package.
Staff have been given the short payments, and instances where payments were made inappropriately, the funds were repaid into the consolidated fund. As a result, there has not been a need to pursue legal action.
However, government's decision is not sitting well with trade union representative in the Senate, Andrew Lewis, who is chastising government for its decision to not hold business owners responsible.
What are the message are we sending to our young people? What are the message are we sending to our society? When our young people on the blocks, when our young people, through part of the social dynamics that we have, there's a bill, I think, to discuss pretty Alasini. You know, in other words, when we ordinary people do it, it is stealing, it is thieving. But when it happens at that level, and our population is listening, and our people that we need to follow, Mr. President, are setting examples, our leaders are quick to respond by indicating that let us turn a new page.
Government said that some irregularities were discovered, but told Parliament that those found to have faulted the system have corrected their mistakes. Lewis is not satisfied.
Our people are listening. Our youth is involved, and I'm heartened by the engagement in the different social activities and activism that is taking place. And we need to lead by example. Mr. President, through you, I and the trade union movement hold the government partly responsible for that which have taken place by the activities of the employers, certainly within the tourism sector.
Some of the illegal transactions discovered and revealed by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell include reports submitted that did not match information submitted to the National Insurance Scheme, misrepresentation of salaries of senior management and management-level staff to make them eligible despite being excluded, remitting smaller amounts to employees than what was received, which is less than the 40% offered by government, and the deduction of workers' salary for the payment of NIS, but no payments made on behalf of employees to the NIS. Cherry and Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Private sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, says businesses that used COVID-19 as a means to steal from the government and their employees should be named and shamed publicly. More from Rena Pear.
Senator Christopher Diali, the private sector representative in the upper house, says he is very disappointed with the actions of business owners who have taken advantage of the stimulus package offered by the government of Grenada due to the effects of COVID-19. Businesses provided false information within their applications, while some gave employees less than what was due to them. It was also brought to the forefront that some were not paying employees NIS contributions. This was first brought to light by officials from NIS and later by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell after investigating claims under the Unemployment Assistance Program and the government's stimulus package. Diali agrees that these businesses should refund the government, but also wants them publicly named for taking bread from their employees' mouth.
I hear Prime Minister say they wouldn't pursue this in a certain degree, but these businesses would have signed an agreement stating that if they were found to be negligent in what they're supposed to do, they have to pay back the money. I think we should go further and name and shame them. I don't believe that this is an issue where we should just put this aside. If somebody's making $1,000 base pay and they're getting 40%, this is $400 they're getting as a help. So this is not monies that is a huge amount of monies that you would engage in activities to try and look to basically defraud the government from monies coming to ordinary staff members.
Senator Diali says that while some business owners genuinely care about their employees and have assisted them during this time, others use COVID-19 as an excuse to take advantage of the situation.
And I believe that we need to treat our employees. We say our employees are assets, and we can't do it without them. And yet we engage. I have had people come to me and say, Mr. Diali, I know I'm supposed to get $400. I'm given $300. And when I ask them a question, I'm threatened to be dismissed. And I cannot understand how we can engage in that type of activities and blame it on COVID. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed that is the case.
The senator made the statement during Wednesday's sitting of the Senate. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
We take a break, but still to come, bus operators are calling for a return of the bus rotation system. Stay with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Welcome back. Bus operators are calling for a return of the bus rotation system. Citing a few hiccups, the operation was suspended. However, President of the Grenada Bus Owners Association is promising to return to the table with the aim of reforming. Details in this report.
President of the Grenada Bus Owners Association, Derek McKenzie, say issuance of new bus stickers forced the bus rotation system implemented to halt.
When something is not law, then you cannot get the police to enforce. Yeah, and another challenge is the issuing of new stickers, because even if you're rotating and then you have new buses getting stickers and just coming and applying the route, that is another challenge that we have. We started dialogue with the relevant authorities to see how we can get some assistance so we could fix that problem. In that particular time, this current time, the rotation is the most effective thing for us.
Back in June, the National Bus Association introduced a rotation system for buses of the different zones. The aim was to allow bus operators a fair opportunity to earn $1 amidst COVID-19 concerns. However, this move was short-lived as a few challenges presented itself. With the traveling public now dwindled, bus operators are seeing that it is not viable for everyone to be out at the same time. McKenzie says they are now in dialogue with the relevant authority to bring back rotation. He said passengers also saw the benefit of the rotation.
Got good reviews from the commuters, passengers, because what the rotation does is that it gets you to your destination at a faster time. With less buses on the road, what happened is less congestion, less traffic. The buses stay less time on the stop, so it's a plus for somebody going to work or going to get something done, pay a bill or something like that. So there are a lot of benefits that derive from the rotation. So we will be going back to the table to see how best we can remedy it and to get it flowing smoothly again.
Stickers labeled A and B were distributed to busmen who operated on a day-in, day-out basis. Christelina John, GBN News.
The St. Martin de Porres Home for the Aged now has a dementia care unit, the only of its kind in the state of Grenada. GBN was present at the opening ceremony held on Saturday. Dementia, a chronic condition of the brain, is one of the most prominent conditions affecting the elderly and now people as early as their 50s and younger. Its effects are fast-growing globally. Dementia patients require special care and attention. The effects range from memory loss, personality changes, and sometimes delusions and hallucinations. The symptoms depend on the areas of the brain that is affected by the disease. In a bid to better be able to deal with people suffering from the condition in Grenada, the Roman Catholic Church commissioned the opening of a dementia care unit at the St. Martin's de Porres Care Home in Crowshoe, St. Andrew. Care manager of the Home for the Aged, Gloria Phillips-Smith, explained the significance of having the unit.
This dementia care unit came into concept, I suppose, once the bishop had asked me to take the management of St. Martin's Home. I realized that there was a great number of residents within the home with dementia. Their needs were not being fully met, and realizing that there was a space we could create a dementia care unit with the bishop's blessing, I set about trying to get that done. So today is what can I say? It's the ending of the beginning. So it's the ending of the sort of the building complete, the unit completed, but it's the start of trying to provide dementia care to people in Grenada.
Bishop Father Clyde Harvey said that the elderly must be treated with love and care and looks forward to social activities at the center as a way to keep them involved and active.
In the past, you just looked at it and you did it, and you had these homes for the age where you had old people just sitting around, you know, and they're dribbling on themselves and they're just there, you know. The days for that are finished, and this is what Gloria has brought to the church here, a sense that the aged are to be cared for with absolute respect, but also knowing what you're doing. The church is committed in every parish to make sure that our people know how to care for the elderly, so that the elderly who live right next door are cared for properly. It's not simply a matter of parking them up in our home.
The ceremony was held in keeping with the COVID-19 protocols, including social distancing and mandatory face covering. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home, and your card through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Bruv.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah!
Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah.
There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
At Dutch Lady, we give you delicious and nutritious milk. We make sure our milk is filled with essential nutrients, calcium, vitamins, and protein. Dutch Lady gives everyone in the family a strong start to the day. Keep your family healthy and happy. Dutch Lady, building strong families since 1871.
Distributed by Hubbard's Agencies, Kirani James Boulevard, St. George's.
the Esplanade Mall. Something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network is making a platform available for the children of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique to shine. Are you between the ages of 3 and 16? Send us a video that showcases your talents. Whether it's singing, dancing, playing an instrument, reciting poetry, or a monologue, or any other talent, now is your time to shine. It's simple to enter. Just take a video of yourself performing, include your name and age in the beginning of that video, and then send that video to the email shineongbn@gmail.com. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. The program will premiere on GBN's YouTube channel soon, so get on it. Remember, it's shineongbn@gmail.com.
Breaking barriers. Going beyond the ordinary. Examining the stories beyond what meets the eyes. GBN gets to the meat of the matter. Join us on GBN Television, Classic Radio, gbn.gd, or on Facebook via your smartphones and other devices. We take you beyond the headlines every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. We are GBN, rated #1.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us #1. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
The following are a list of food items to have on hand amidst COVID-19. Perishables like vegetables, fruits, provisions, and eggs. You are advised to stock perishable items to last up to 2 weeks. Non-perishable items including dry goods like cereals, flour, cornmeal, oats, rice, pasta, nuts and nut butters like peanut butter, crackers, canned or frozen meats, ready-to-eat canned meats, powdered or canned milk, dried peas and beans, canned fruits in natural juices, 100% canned fruit juices, and canned vegetables. You can stock non-perishable food items to last up to 1 month. Store bottled or clean drinking water, 1 gallon or more per day per person. If you suffer from a medical condition, have prescribed medications on hand. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council as we battle COVID-19.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. Those of you just getting up and out of bed and getting ready for work on what would have been Juve morning, don't worry, 2021, we're coming out in full force. Put on a little black today, so while you're at the desk, you'll remember what today's supposed to be. Don't worry, let's have the tabanka safely this morning, right? We don't want a repeat of what's been happening over the past few days. We're going to go to work and we're going to grieve at our desks, okay? All right, it is Monday, which means it is Mouth Off Monday. Going to give you a topic and you're going to tell us what you think, how you feel, respectfully mouthing off this morning on whatever the topic is. This morning's topic is pretty simple. Do you think anybody who comes into Grenada during these COVIDious times, whether you're Grenadian, you're from another Caribbean country, or you're coming from an international country, do you think anybody coming into Grenada during these COVIDious times should have a choice as to where they should quarantine? Do you think anybody coming into the spice aisle during these COVIDious times should have a choice where they want to quarantine? Do you think they should be, it's not up to them, government says mandatory quarantine, and is that? Or should they say, no, I want to spend my quarantine at home? Should they be given that option? Call me and let me know. 435-2041. That's the landline number. You can also message me on the WhatsApp, written messages on the WhatsApp, and let me know what you think about that. You can also participate on the GBN Television Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Respectfully mouthing off this morning, should anyone coming into the spice aisle, Grenadian or not, should you have a choice as to where you want to quarantine? Good morning, caller.
Morning. I hear in your man. You pick up the phone a long time now and you just have a bone in my
Yeah, man, because
I'm on a cell phone.
Okay, well, yeah,
listen,
how to do
I want to respect you. Let me start it off. Today is not a public holiday. Today is not carnival. And you start off your program today by playing these kind of a zombie devil music, calypso. Why not start your program with spiritual thing? Why keep
I usually do, but I choose.
I'm only talking about.
Okay, thank you, caller, because you're disrespectful. Listen to me and listen to me, Kip. Listen to me. I play the music that I feel to play. Okay? I usually play my gospel. I play my little soca, my little groove. It's whatever my spirit feels like. If you don't like it, there are other frequencies available. Okay? If you're not sticking to the topic this morning, call on another day or another time. Don't upset my spirit. I'm already dealing with tabanka. Do not try to upset my spirit. Okay? Let's go back to the topic of conversation this morning. Respectfully mouthing off. Do you think that anybody coming into the spice aisle during these COVIDious times should have a choice as to where they want to quarantine? Back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Good morning. How you do?
Very well.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Calling for the program?
Yes, you're on the program. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You're on the program.
Yeah, I think... Morning.
Morning.
Very well. I think there should be mandatory quarantine.
Okay, turn down the volume on the television and listen to me through the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, turn it on.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I think there should be mandatory quarantine.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Good. Thank you very much, caller. Do you think anybody coming into the spice aisle during these COVIDious times should have a say as to where they want to quarantine? Or is it up to government? Government says mandatory quarantine, and is that? Or should the visitor or the returning national say, no, I want to spend quarantine here or there? What do you think it should be? Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
I just like how you deal with our first caller. First thing to begin. I love how you deal with it. Some people must learn to know how to respect themselves.
I agree.
Second
Thank
thing,
you.
It's up to the government. Nobody have the power, because next thing you let them go home and they could go and make other people get infected. So what the government said, they have to live with it. Have a nice day, darling.
Thank you very much, caller. You have yourself a good day as well. What do you think? Should it be up to me as the returning national or the visitor, or should it be up to government to decide where I spend my 14 days quarantine? Let me see what's on Facebook in the meantime. Oh, great. No, it must be controlled so that you can handle it properly. Somebody else says they should quarantine where they want. Where these demons has come out. Tell me about it, Belfam. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
Pretty good. I think it should be the government keeping them in a particular place. We have been subject to too much deception in the past. And I just wanted to ask you again, you mentioned something about a wet week. Can you repeat it again? We didn't quite clearly hear what you said. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much. I said it was going to be a wet week because according to the forecast, we are expecting rain from tomorrow, God willing, Tuesday until over the weekend. So it should be rain upon rain upon rain, or should I say scattered showers around the state and parts of the Southern Caribbean. Yes. Do you think I should decide where I want to quarantine, or should I just leave it up to the government? Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, Tanti. How you do?
Hi there, darling. How you doing?
I did it, man.
God bless you and thank you for hearing you this morning.
Thank you very much.
Blossom, I think the government should have his say whether the person should quarantine or not quarantine. They as the one have the choice to do what they have to do because they are in charge of what's going on in the country. The government should have their say whether the person wants to quarantine or way out. They're not quarantined home or close to their home or people. And I think when people come on the air this morning or whatever time they come, show some love and respect to you because you are there to help us pay our views and do what we have to do with love. Don't show what you all shouldn't show on the television. You have nothing to say, keep your mouth shut, and don't show no disrespect to Blossom on the air. She's doing her work and she's doing it in the right way. Have a blessed day, darling.
Thank you, Tanti. You have yourself a good day as well. Thank you very much. Let me see what's on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says it should be what the government says. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says everyone landing into Grenada should be tested because they would be in transit passengers, and of course they should have a choice of where they want to be quarantined. Somebody else says, to answer your question, yes, but they have to prove to the authorities by doing a site visit so they can determine the essential criteria. They also have to pay for security to ensure they do not leave the site. Somebody else says, government controlled. We already showing that we don't have behavior. Point. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
Keep the vibe. You keep it balanced every day. When you have a vibe, you play what you have to.
Thank you.
Season. You bless the morning. We understand the situation. Keep doing the good work and don't let people out there try to put you down. You're stronger than that. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, caller. Yeah, they just try to upset the spirit, but don't worry. I'm a usually happy person, so I don't stay upset for long. Yeah. You see, the devil comes in all shapes and sizes. Let me go back to the phone. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy to see you again this morning.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yes. I think that they shouldn't have any choice on the way they choose to quarantine. The government had set out the guideline. It should be obeyed. So many times government set things and we disobey it. And when things happen, we blame them. You're coming from another country, they said that you have to do mandatory quarantine. That is it. If you don't want to do that, stay where you are. When things safe, then you come. They shouldn't have no choice. It's like you come in my shop, I tell you $10 for the saltfish, and you're telling me no, $5. No, the government say mandatory quarantine and mandatory quarantine. No choice. If you don't want to obey, stay where you are.
Thank you very much, caller. I tend to agree with you. That's what, I don't know why I want to travel. Returning nationals, I could get it. But visitors, I don't know why you would want to go on vacation this time of the year. These times, as a matter of fact, these COVIDious times, I don't get it either. If you can't do what the government says, stay where you dey. In colloquial language, stay where you dey. Somebody on YouTube says it should be the government. It has to be mandatory. Experience has taught us that not everyone will comply if it's not mandatory. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
How you do?
I'm good.
All right. What do you think?
You're coming down to replay a master.
Um, I think it should be mandatory because they already said on ride along our doctors and nurses are incompetent. So if they are incompetent, they need to be quarantined where the government say they have to be.
All right, thank you very much, caller. What do you think? Do I have a choice, or should I have a choice as to where I want to quarantine, whether I'm a returning national or a foreign national? Should I have a choice or mandatory quarantine, and is that? Good morning, caller.
Morning, and how are you?
I'm good. How you do?
Thanks for your program.
Thank you so much.
I think it's mandatory by the government that they control it because it's we dealing with what we're dealing with. But on the top of that, they must give people a choice as to what their budget is, because we have experiences where people may have to spend a lot of money that they don't have. So you can't put people in a hotel costing thousands of dollars with poor people. I mean, for national people, they coming home, sometimes they have no money. And that they have cases like that. So I think if people are list of choices, when the money, when they can handle the money. Otherwise, government will have to pay for some of these people who come in. But I believe the government should control where they going.
Thank you so much, caller. Should the government control where you quarantine, or should I say no, I want to quarantine home? I have a big house. It's me alone at home. I don't have money to pay for quarantine, so send me home, and I promise I'll stay home. Or should it be, I am the government, I say it's mandatory quarantine, and is that? What do you think it should be? Back to the phone line. Good morning, caller. YouTuber coming just now.
Good morning.
Morning, how you do?
I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
If supposing Cuthbert went overseas and come back, and I wonder if he's any resident, he go quarantine.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say something else, caller. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to answer. No matter if you're a returning national, you went for a week, once you're coming in, you should be quarantined for 14 days in mandatory quarantine. But should I have the choice to say I want to go home to Mount Hartman and quarantine, or the government says it's mandatory and is that? Somebody on WhatsApp, I haven't read WhatsApp for the morning. Somebody on WhatsApp says, nay, ain't want nobody seeking in Grenada. Somebody else on WhatsApp says they should be quarantined at the mandated government facility because you just can't trust your own people. Somebody else says, I don't think they should be given an option considering they are not able to monitor them 24/7. Let the government have the decision. Good morning, caller.
Morning, how are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah, well, consider the situation. Monitor is that you must, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the government, they have this place that they are considering the situation with the COVID, is that it said you must monitor it, you must. But as far as I got together, I'm not too sure that everyone coming in and they have to be quarantined, they have to pay for the quarantine service or whatever. So I think if once you have to pay for quarantine, you should be able to have your choice, because the possibility is that there could be different costs. So if you want to stay in a posh place or whatever, you pay the cost for that service. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. And I guess this WhatsApp is agreeing with what you're saying. Once they are financing their own quarantine, I think they should. But once the government and health officials are, they don't have a choice. Somebody else on WhatsApp says... you can't have choices in that. It is up to the government. Good morning, caller.
Oh, yes, good morning to you.
Morning.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Right. No, your situation here is it's a little unfair. I'm saying the government should take responsibility for quarantine. There shouldn't be a choice whether you have a big house or not. If you're going to have a big house and you could be quarantined there, then the government should have to put security there right around the clock, eh? But I don't think they should be charged. People should be charged for quarantine. If you're going to charge them, they should have a choice. So I'm saying remove the charges and then government take responsibility.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay. I see what you're saying, caller. Another WhatsApper says they should have a choice once the choice is available and is capable of keeping with the protocol, unlike what we saw at the stadium on Friday. WhatsApp trying to put me in trouble. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I would like to come home. I'd like to be in quarantine at home. I don't have the money to pay at a guest house or at a mandatory quarantine center. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Citizen Welsh. Greetings, how are you?
Morning, Citizen Roller. I'm good.
I make this I'm quite all right, thank you. Hanging on there by the grace of the Master. Listen, I make this statement this morning from a point of view of pedantry, linguistic pedantry. And I think it's important that our people understand things. We use words extremely lightly. I just heard a comment from a very good friend of mine there, he wrote his voice, that when you talk about mandatory, it means must. No, senores, make not this mistake. Must denotes self-imposed obligation, as opposed to have to / has to. Two totally different things. If it's mandatory, this obligation is imposed from third parties, be it the school, be it father and mother of home. You have to do it. There are no questions, no choices. At school, you have to wear uniform. It's not that you must wear uniform. No, they're two totally different things from a linguistic point of view. And therefore, if the state, through laws, dictate, there can be no question. There can be no choices. You have to do it. Now, there may be considerations that can be given regarding how people do it, whether they wish to do it at the home or not. But it is the duty of the state to provide the facilities, decent facilities, clean facilities. Consideration should be also given to whether or not to be paid for. If you're imposing it, you cannot really, or you should not really do it, just telling people that they have to go to a hotel. Hotel has fees, you have to pay. So let's get it straight. Mandatory means that you have to. No questions asked, no choices. Too many mixed signals in this here country. That's why the people are more confused, some of us, than flammers in Red Ant's nest. Have a nice day. Will you, Citizen Welsh?
Thank you very much, Citizen Rolo. Thank you so much for that. I'm giggling at Flammer. It's been a while since I've heard about Flammer. Thank you very much, Citizen Rolo. On that note, let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back inside with some more Mouth Off Monday. This is GBN Classic Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, Daisy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Greetings, everyone. I hope this message meets you and yours in the best of health as we join in encouraging all to act responsibly.
COVID-19 presents the most serious
and deadly challenge any of us will experience in our lifetimes.
We must act now.
We need to keep the Caribbean safe.
We can all help to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Please stay at home.
So Caribbean people, please stay home.
Caribbean people, please stay at home.
Please stay home. It's that simple. This too shall pass. But for now, stay home.
Stay in your yard. Stay home, stay safe.
Welcome back to Mouth Off Monday. Right back to the phone lines. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I find it strange for us intelligent people not to know what mandatory means. Now, as far as I'm concerned, mandatory means mandatory. That's how I would explain it. That you have to obey. At the same time, I'm asking you, suppose the government, maybe you could reply, suppose the government make it mandatory for someone to come to be housed in their place where they're supposed to house them in this building or hotel or whatever it is. And someone, I don't even want to say that, got or they died by negligence or whatever it is. Do you think the government is responsible, or they have to I don't know, they have to be responsible for the death of the individual? No, but if you at your home, whether you have a big small house or a little big house, I'm saying what the youth is saying nowadays, small little. No, I'm wondering, who is responsible for you? All what they should be interested in, that you carry out what you're supposed to do, so that you should not be able to spread the disease if you have it. And this is what the government should be concerned about. Not housing you in hotel or housing you this. This, as far as I'm concerned, if you get out of this situation where they house you or where you house yourself, then you'll be placed in their security. But as long as you have a particular place to stay and you would prevent the virus from spreading if you have it, then this is what they should do. Instead of putting themselves perhaps in trouble, time to come. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not sure I caught what you're saying, caller, I'll be honest. In relation to the death, that's another thing. I'm not too sure because, if you have COVID, I think it's up to 2%? 1%? Let's say 1% just in case. 1% of the population or the millions of people who have had COVID have passed away. Could be up to 2 by now. And I don't think any government or any country has been held responsible for that COVID-19 related death. So I am not sure whether they've been home or in quarantine or in hospital. I don't think any government has been held responsible. So I am not too sure about that part. All right, let me go back by YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, Some people are stubborn. Mandatory because you can't trust no one. It's for our own safety. Somebody's asking how much it costs for quarantine. I am not certain. I can only go by the figure for the cruise ship, returning cruise ship workers, and it was $9,000, I believe. But I believe since then that cost has gone down, according to reports. Officials have not released an official figure or one set price for quarantine. But from the reports that I've gotten, it is less than the $9,000 that the cruise ship workers were responsible for, or the cruise ships were responsible for. So let's say $9,000 at the most. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, I believe the government should prepare mandatory quarantine facilities. In my opinion, if there isn't mandatory facilities, it fosters room for persons breaking the law. I won't want to stay in my house for 14 days. If it's mandatory, I have no option but to comply. Somebody else says to the question, I know it should be up to government because it has already been established. Another Facebooker, they should quarantine where they want because those in show they don't have control because people live in Grenada when they want, even where they have quarantine place. Somebody else says if the person does not have COVID-19, why quarantine them? Just in case. The time they took the test, they were negative, but the symptoms can be developed afterward. So if I got the test yesterday, it may not show up because I got infected today and I'm arriving in Grenada tomorrow, please a lot. So just in case, just to make sure, quarantine. Nobody on the phone lines? All right. Somebody on Facebook says, so immigration did not check the passport? You'll have to ask immigration about that part. I'm not too sure. Somebody else on WhatsApp. Let's go by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says it should be up to the government because people does do their own thing. I'm reading how I see it. People that do their own thing when they allow them to go on their own. Somebody else on WhatsApp says the government won't stand. Oh, government word stands. Phone lines. Nobody on the phone lines. I'll be reading comments until the phone rings. Somebody on WhatsApp says mandatory quarantine. Persons are not disciplined, not even sure or people know the extent of the pandemic. It's about saving lives. Somebody else on WhatsApp. Okay, hold on, wait. If the person is a known, respectable, responsible person, then by all means, let the person have the choice. But who determines if they're respectable and responsible? Then we're going to say we discriminated. So might as well just cast one blanket. Somebody else on WhatsApp. The person just deleted the message. All right, so be it. Let's see. WhatsApp. We're still on WhatsApp. The phone's not ringing yet. It's not me. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, if the government allow you to do your own thing, we will be in ruins. We see their behavior already. Phone ringing now. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I get you because the phone is vacant.
Oh, no problem.
No. I cannot understand, people claiming that a lot of us are not honest. I would prefer to say some of us are not of us because I know myself to be an honest man. And if I said that I'm going to obey, I am going to obey. So I cannot see how people are saying these things. They are claiming that they are not honest. But we have a lot of honest people. If they said that they would go into their own quarantine, they would do it. At the same time, I can't understand. Suppose somebody come from away, a Grenadian citizen, and you come and let's say you have the virus according to the test, or they suspect you to have it, and you want to go into your vacant house or where you would quarantine yourself, that somebody want to charge you or the government want to charge you $9,000. Suppose you don't have it. What would the government do? Would they tell you, okay, that you cannot go there, send you back from where you came?
Okay.
So I find this thing is hard. If I were coming from abroad and I don't have the I agree I have to pay something. But at the same time, where are people in this hard time to get 9,000? You have to be a millionaire or like you, Blossom. I don't understand them things.
Okay. Thank you very much. I wish I was a millionaire. Lord, Miss Campbell didn't see me this morning if I was a millionaire. Let's see. Somebody on YouTube. There's a lot of money to pay for quarantine. I guess there will be no tourists coming to Grenada. Maybe it's a deterrent as well too, because I hear about people wanting to come to Grenada for a week and 2 weeks, and they don't want to spend a week or 2 weeks in quarantine. Why you want to travel in these COVIDious times anyway? Passing through one coming here, we don't have any known cases, fine. But you had to pass through the airport where hundreds of people passing through every day. You don't know how. I don't know. I just find to me I would want to stay where I am until further notice. That's just blossom. Somebody on Facebook says, if I have to pay for quarantine, I should have a choice. If government wants me in state quarantine, government should pay. They should be negotiable, giving the individual a chance to keep costs at the lowest possible range. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
How you do?
I'm fine.
All right, go ahead. Just turn the volume down on the television.
Is that the real cost of quarantine? $9,000 EC dollars?
No, like I said, that what the cruise ship workers had to pay when they were being repatriated, but it could be less. Yes, it could be less.
Just double checking. Have a nice day.
Thanks, no problem. Yes, that $9,000 is what the cruise ship workers, or should I? Not the cruise ship workers, the cruise ships. Remember the arrangements were for the cruise ships to pay the quarantine for the workers, not the workers themselves. The cruise ships were required to pay for quarantine for the workers. Some of the cruise ships did not do that, and government had to stand the cost. And at the time, the cost was, I think, $9,000. But now I understand the cost is less. Why I keep saying less? Is less, although the official figure has not been revealed by health officials. It's less, I believe, that I heard, than the 9,000, but they have not released the figure. So we're just going by the 9,000 because that is what the cruise ships had to pay for their workers to quarantine in Grenada. Right. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says the guarantee should not be only mandatory. There should be designated transport to take them to a designated place of quarantine. I can't remember if that's still in place. I remember they were doing that for the repatriated cruise ship workers, getting a transport to take them to the quarantine places, but I'm not sure if that's still in place for people coming in at MBIA. Somebody else on WhatsApp, hold on. Phone lines, hold on. Somebody else on WhatsApp says people should have the choice to quarantine where they want. Some people live in a big house alone. If they are diabetic, they would have to quarantine at their home. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope you're doing fine this morning.
Yes, I'm great.
The quarantine protocols, I actually think the people dealing with all the human beings coming into Grenada with quarantine issues should be the same people rotating so that we know exactly who the people are dealing with, the people that may have the virus. They should be compensated or compensatory to what they're doing. Anyone coming into the country should be mandatory quarantined. It should not be at their houses or wherever they feel like. It should be a specific location that they go from airport straight to that location and do not leave that location until 14 days afterwards, or unless they're cleared by a medical staff. It's the easiest, no-brainer thing to do. Having people go to their houses and wherever they feel like, that spreads craziness because you're in Greenville and I'm in town and somebody's in St. David's. When you're all in the same building in quarantine point, we know who you are. When you know it's the same workers that's been dealing with all the people that come in, you know who they are. It makes things much easier to check, contact trace, all these different things they've been telling us about. So if you're going to let people into the country, we need to streamline and make the process a little more simple. Yes, the people that are coming in should be responsible for their quarantine or stay where you are. It's a pandemic. This is killing people. If you think the money is too much, my life is worth more than your $9,000. So whether you're from Grenada, from Mars, your name Jesus, do me a favor. If you don't have the money to pay for your quarantine in my country, don't come to my country. Stay home. Stay where you are until this thing is dealt with so that we'll see you again. I love you, but trust me, I love living more than I love you, though. So if we're going to do this, let's do this properly. Keep them in one spot, charge them, get the people that deal with them to be the same people in different groups that rotates so we know who they are, constantly testing to make sure they're safe.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kola. I believe it's the same team of people dealing with quarantine and the quarantine stations. There is a task force that has been set up or was set up, and there are teams that deal with that are assigned to the different quarantine centers. And in addition to that, they take notes of who's working, where they're working, the times they're working, who they dealt with. So they have their own system for contact tracing just in case. So the things that you've mentioned that they should do, they are doing as according to the reports that we've received. Let me see the time. All right, so let me see. Facebook. I think the government should be the one handling the quarantine because we heard what happened to the young man who did the opposite of what he was told. I think it's best when they are the one doing it so they can do the necessary tests that needed to be done. And also it will be under control with the spreading. Somebody else says it's all about the money with the government. That is too much money. The government should pay if you can't go to your house in the first place. If you have the coronavirus, you should not travel. Somebody else says I paid for quarantine, but the airline in charge of the flight said to me I have to go where they said. So I am still here in the US. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Are we doing a business? Are we doing a business? The government doing a business? That's what I want to find out. Undercover business, that's why we're charging so much. Do we have to charge? Well, leave the business away. Let it continue. Let the people stay abroad. If we want to charge them 9,000 or whatever, 5,000.
Okay.
If they have the virus, then we have a right to quarantine them. But I don't find this is right.
All right.
We seem to be doing an undercover business.
Thank you.
We have to call the FIU in.
Thank you very much, caller. The cost for quarantine is not just to say you're in quarantine. The cost of quarantine involves room and board for 14 days. It involves medication in case you may need it. It involves food. Some quarantiners, some people in quarantine have been given the option to have their family bring food for them, which has reduced their quarantine costs. So if it's, let's say it's 9,000 and your family is bringing food, you'll only pay 8,000 because family is providing food and we don't have to. So it's not just paying for quarantine, you're paying for things, if that makes sense. And I repeat, it is less than the 9,000. I'm not sure how much less. Officials have not released the official figure, but it is less. I have time to read one more WhatsApp comment. Somebody on WhatsApp says it should be controlled by the government. I personally witnessed a boat coming from Trinidad with 4 people on board and they were not checked by any health officials. I was having lunch at the place where the boat came in and all of them came up to the restaurant. They were asked if they were tested before coming in and were told no, they came straight from Trinidad. What did you report it to the authorities? Again, we see things and we don't say things. You're saying it to me on WhatsApp, but did you let the authorities know that this is what happened at this restaurant when I was having lunch, dinner, or breakfast? I'm just saying. All right, it is time to wrap up this morning's program. Thank you guys so much for participating. It's time to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Let me get back into my devil music, apparently. The devil has said all later. Thank you guys so much. Continue to be safe. Remember, it's a normal working day. It is not Juve. It's not Carnival. It's Monday working day, August the 10th. Have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye.